Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great milestone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Now, this one I'm going into is a video that I stumbled across. Alright, I say I'll do a video on it because it's showing that, our people today, they are in a bad state. Alright, our people, our so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Alright, the biblical Hebrew Israelites. Okay, that they're not understanding that they are under the curses. This is why all these different things is happening to them. This is why this world is like this today. Moreover, really is because of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right, which is Western society, all right, his laws, all right, that cause people to go off, all right. Now, it's saying here to the top, it says teen girls in gangs inside the NYPD's takedown of female, something else to say, of female shooters. All right, now look at that. All right, women, excuse me, women. All right, female shooters. All right, women on the streets. All right, pulling that blinky. All right, spirits created for vengeance and so forth. All right, now so lucky for my voice, little under the weather now coming over cold there. All right, so I'm gonna play the video as usual, and I'm going to bring us some scriptures also. All right, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the nation of Israel.
Funerals. They take aim and shoot no matter who's in the way. Instead of prom parties, their social events are shootings and funerals. The number of teen girls using guns is growing, and now female crime fighters are working to bring them to justice and turn their lives around before more lives are ruined. We had an exclusive look inside recent NYPD gang takedowns. 19-year-old Brianna Portalatin, 8 months pregnant, was among other suspects brought out from a sort of criminal commune in a Bronx apartment. She was in handcuffs again. Police say it's her third gun arrest. What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
The expectant mom with a rap.
She feels she's some kind of celebrity. She love. Come on now, man. And this is look at our people. Look at our people today. All right. You're pregnant and you get whole, what, the third time? All right, as they say, the third time. All right, she get whole the third time. Why? Because she's in folly. All right, she's doing wickedness. She's being around the wrong people. All right, and this is also the reason why, these are the Salakia. I'm saying it wrong. This is why our people are like this today. Our, the young generation today is like this because they have no fathers in the household. All right, to put them in place. All right, to bring that order in the house. These women are being raised by women. The men is also being raised by women. All right? And the women are trying to be more like men, and the men trying to be more like women. This is the society that we're living in today. All right? Let's go back a little bit.
commune in a Bronx apartment. She was in handcuffs again. Police say
Pregnant. See that? Pregnant. And why the scripture also say that, you know, these women is going to bring forth monsters. Alright? That's roughly paraphrasing. So the same way how her mother had her, alright? That's the the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. That's however you just say the apple don't fall far from the tree or whatever the case may be, So if she's like this, guess how the mother's is. Alright?
it's her third gun arrest.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
The expectant mom with a rap sheet is allegedly one of 20 members of the notorious Slaughtery Gang, indicted in 14 shootings in the Fordham section of the Bronx. In our exclusive look inside the NYPD takedown, we learn she's not the only female alleged trigger puller. There's also a 15-year-old girl, shown here in silhouette, taking aim and firing. Then there's one of the gang's leaders, 19-year-old Nadine Asamoah.
You hear them ages? You hear them kind of age? 15, 19, 20, these kind of ages, these girls are, alright? And men, young adults, alright? Not growing up the right way, not being disciplined when they was at a young age. They'd have a saying that they say, children having children. Alright, so it have no kind of order, no kind of understanding in the society, in the family, in the family household. Thanks to Esau Edom, so-called white man, because of his wicked laws and all these things. Alright, now we're going to our scripture very soon. Let's bear with my Babukusha.
Known as drill rapper Nay Benz. Investigators say she was one of the leaders.
We're racing to the precinct right now because so far this morning the detectives have captured 8 subjects wanted in this case.
Nay Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller.
We saw three case members, which we've never had before, arrested. When you look at those 3 case members, total 5 trigger pulling incidents and 6 gun arrests amongst those 3 females. So we're seeing the violence, it's increasing, and it's concerning.
Female detectives are playing more prominent roles in the Gun Violence Suppression Division cases.
Let's get some scriptures real quick. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err," alright? Meaning to error, alright? "And destroy the way of thy paths." Now this also going into Esau Edom, alright? Because which is basically his laws that he has, his western laws, alright, that he has out here, that basically Babylon the Great, aka America, does follow most of the time, alright. As they say in here, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Alright? And who is our oppressors today? Esau Edom, so-called white man. Alright? Although Esau, when it comes to Esau and Jacob, although Esau was born first, alright, he is still youngest, alright, because he has no understanding. When it comes to these devils, they have no understanding, alright. How they get wisdom? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai give them the understanding, alright. But really and truly, they are actually the bases of men. They have no understanding, no knowledge how to do anything really, alright. Man's going is of the Lord, how a man could understand his own way. This is why they could do so. That's why you're seeing they are accomplishing so many things, because they are being controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? Now, it says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. Alright? With the wicked laws and whatnot. Alright? It caused Israel to error. It caused Israel to go off in the family household and whatnot. Alright? And destroy the way of thy paths. Alright? And this is just it here. You know? Let's read it in the NLT. It says, Isaiah 3:12, childish leaders oppress my people. Alright? As again, that childish leader is who? Esau Edom. Alright? Because he's like a child, he has no wisdom. This is why he has this world in this way of thinking today. Alright? It says, my people and women rule over them. O my people, your leaders mislead you. They send you down the wrong road. Alright? And this is what's going on with our people today. This is why they are in this state, because they're being led down the wrong road. Alright, the scriptures don't lie. Now let's go to the book of stay in the book of Isaiah. Let's go to chapter 10. Chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, woe unto them, woe meaning destruction, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Alright? And that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Alright? As I say, this is why our people are like this today. Alright? Because the oppressors is, ruling today. Alright? The oppressors is ruling today. And they're ruling with the wicked draconian laws and whatnot. Alright? Bringing all these different kind of laws, letting you can't, over there in Babylon the Great, they have a law that you can't beat your children. The child could call a number if it is they being abused. These are the kind of laws that Esau put. Alright? It has some other countries, yes, you will get your ass whooped. But it have many, it have a lot of these places now, they taking pages out of Babylon the Great. Alright? They're not beating the children. They're not correcting the children. That's why the children are like this today. There's a lot of evil taking place on this earth. Because when you go back to the days of old, what they used to do to children. Alright, what they used to do to children, young adults. If it is a child misbehave, alright, you don't want to listen, you carry them out there to the public. Alright, that's roughly paraphrasing. You carry them out there to the public, to the judges actually. Alright, and all of them will pick up stones, and they will stone that person to death. Alright, and that was a law. Alright, that was a law in that time. But guess what? That will straighten people out and put fear on people so they won't turn out like this. Alright? But for they to turn out like this is because people doing what? They're not beating their children. Alright? They're not disciplining their children. That's why people are turning out like this. Let's get I got a quick one here. Let's get Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 24. It says, "He that spareth his rod," all right, meaning a discipline item, the belt, the pot spoon, some of them might understand what I'm talking about, in Trinidad here, our parents, straighten a lot of us out, when we were younger, a lot of people have memories are getting licks with slippers and pot spoon and all these things, in the Caribbean here, the parents don't play, not like in Babylon the Great, aka America. They have that kind of law where they cause the children to have a right away. All right. Now it says here, Salakia, Proverbs 13 and 24. It says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes." All right. So you have to, to basically do what? Cut your children ass. All right. Beat them, discipline them, straighten them out, let them know what they're doing wrong. In that way, they will understand, and when is that time happen to come again, they will know it's not to do it again. All right. But if you don't do it, they end up turning out like this. Let's get our next one in Proverbs. We're staying in the book of Proverbs, and we're going verse 20, chapter 23. We start from verse 13. It says, "Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him," all right, or her, "with the rod, he shall not die." All right. So if it is you cut your child ass, you straighten out your child, you buff them up, you don't spare the rod. All right. You don't, you cut the tail when it is they do something wrong. You correct them sternly. That's why the man has to be in the household. All right, because the woman doesn't want to do it. The woman does have that, they have that more cherishing, loving way. All right, but yet still they don't want to correct the children in that kind of manner. They think that if they correct the child in that way, the child will die. But what the scripture say here, it says, "Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die." All right, the child ain't go dead. The child will just you will get marks, but he will understand. He or she will understand is not to do X, Y, and Z again. Not so. Continuing here, verse 14, it says, "Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell." All right, meaning you cut the child tail, you correct them, you will be able to help them not to reach to the grave. All right, you will not reach to that grave, because if it is you don't cut the tail or whatever the case may be, they're going to reach to the grave like this. All right. Right now she's what 8 months pregnant, they say, and she's she got hold for a third time for squeezing the trigger, And then it have the 15-year-old, the 19-year-old and whatnot. Also, it have these young boys out there doing the same thing. So when you're seeing our people, our young people today out on the streets, deleting each other, that is the reason. This is the scripture here that I read. If you beat them, is as it says here, Proverbs 23:14, thou shalt beat him with the rod. All right? Correct him, correct her, and shall deliver his soul from hell. All right? From the grave. Because if you don't beat them, they're going to be out on the streets like this. And soon come, what will happen to them? You will end up being the one to bury them. All right? And that is a parent fear. They don't want to be the one burying their children. They want it to be the other way around. All right? So therefore you have to correct your children. You have to beat the child. All right? Beat some sense into them. Let's play a little more of the video.
Detective Lena Alexander and Detective Aaron Curry made history in May as the first female team to lead a gang takedown. For them, it's about having an impact on those they arrest and restoring safety to the community.
I was born and raised in East New York, Brooklyn, and it's very near and dear to my heart, and I just wanted to make a difference and making the streets hopefully a little bit safer.
Trailblazing Bronx DA Darcel Clark says there are many reasons why they're seeing girls get seduced by the gang lifestyle. That's why, in addition to prosecuting the cases, she also devotes her time and energy to prevention in the community to let girls know they have other options.
Some of them are afraid. Some of them are forced to do it. Some of them just, are curious. They like the bad boys, so they want to run in those circles to see what it's like. They may.
You see what she said there? And that is it right here. Many of our Israelite women today, they like that kind of lifestyle. All right? They like wickedness. This is also coming down straight down into the curses. All right? The scripture say, "Cursed shall thou be in the city and in the field," and so forth. That's roughly paraphrasing. All right? So no matter where we go, we will be cursed. Why? Because we went against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So the Lord doing what? Punishing Israel today. And many of these people today, they getting deleted. They are being spirits created for vengeance, and also spirits that are created for vengeance are coming for them also. All right? What goes around comes around.
Not necessarily be like that, but it's too late once you get caught up in it.
Poverty and unstable family and mental health issues are also factors, says clinical social worker Dr. LaShawn Paul, who treats teen girls at risk.
I personally don't believe that there's any specific diagnosis or things that you can look for, right? I think that the sooner that we get intervention for these girls, the better, before they become the lead, before they become the shooter.
There's so much more to this. I hope
They already become shooters.
exactly who they are looking for. For nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious felonies, including murder. It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission? Stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or ops at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
You see what going on there. All right? Evil times that we living in. Evil times that we living in. This is the book of 2 Timothy 3:1. It says here to the top, it's saying difficult times will come. All right? Are we seeing many difficult times coming? We're seeing it already here. It says here, verse 1, Thus know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. We are living in the perilous times. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Alright? We're not seeing that these kind of individuals like this. Huh? Look at these individuals. Alright? Jake completely gone. Our people are completely gone. This is 2/3 of our people today. And they are going to go by what? The nukes. Those ICBM missiles. They're going to be swimming in that lake of fire. And why is that? Because they have not been disciplined. All right, they have not been disciplined, as I read the scriptures earlier on for you. As a matter of fact, let me get Deuteronomy because our forefathers, our parents, what they was to actually do is teach. All right, teach the righteous ways. But right now, yes, we are under the curses, but this is what our parents actually supposed to do. This is what a parent actually supposed to do. All right, this is Deuteronomy 6 and verse 7. It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. All right, teaching what? The ways, the righteous ways. All right, so you prevent them from coming out like this, being handcuffed, ending up in the grave and whatnot. Salakia. It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest in thy way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. All right, so you have to keep talking. All right, you have to keep putting it into their mind, into their brain. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between their eyes. All right, so this is showing you that you continuously keep informing them, keeping them on the right path, keep disciplining them, any little thing they do wrong. All right, because if let me put it this way for you, you're minding a dog, and you know what the dog, you realize the dog growing up and he being a little too wild and vicious, you will straighten the dog out. You will teach the dog how to sit, to stay, to lie down, you will sometimes you might pull a stick or some kind of thing, for the dog. When the dog see that, what the dog does do, he realize what time it is. He knows to not do certain things because he will get licks. All right, but our people, they have to be disciplined. All right, now in the other video that I showed,
I hope you join us for the next episode.
Coming back to this one here, I'm gonna get the girl. Spared my babakasha.
She was in handcuffs again. Police say.
Right, and this one here, who hiding her face and pregnant. They, as I mentioned earlier on, they bring forth what? Monsters. Okay, they bring forth monsters, and her parents was not too far from her. Was she not too far from the parents? All right? And it's generation after generation after generation, it will continue like that. So what do you think she is going to make now? All right? What do you think, what kind of child do you think is going to be born out of her? A monster. All right? Let me get that script here. Let's get let me get the next one. Let's go to the book of Second Esdras. Second Esdras 5 and chapter 5 and 8. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often set out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mentorous women shall bring forth monsters. All right? So what do you think this girl is going to bring? All right? A monster brought here. Her mother brought forth a monster, which was her. She now is going to make what? Another monster. And so forth. It will keep going. All right? This is why our people are what? Destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right? They refuse to follow the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And following the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, when you go into the scriptures, you go into the law, statutes, and commandments we have to follow. It's really easy stuff we have to do, you know. What makes it hard is the ways, is this world. This world that is controlled by Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Alright? Causing you to sin, causing you to go off. Because all his ways is actually upside down to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All the things that is righteous, our people hate that. They rather do wicked things. Alright? That's why the scripture say, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. So he's going to have a lot of destruction upon these people. Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy. Here you go, Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 28. And 56. It says, and this is going into the curses. Alright, it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. You're not seeing those things taking place. All right, look at the Israelite household. All right, look at the Israelite people household, especially the so-called black Israelite people. All right, look at the household there. You don't ever find a father in there, a father figure. So it always have a woman raising the children and raising them the wrong way. You don't have that balance. Alright, so that scripture that's showing you there the curses that our people is under. Okay? So, hey, the video went long enough. I think I will end it there. So again, you know, don't spare the rod. Alright, don't spare that rod. Correct the children. Beat them if they do something wrong. Because if you don't, you're going to end up like this.